To some breaking news now, and the Greens have staged a walkout of Senate question time in protest over the government's response to violence between Israel and Hamas. Here's the moment. It happened a short time ago in the upper house.
The coalition is morally bankrupt when it comes to Palestine, and Labour has shown itself to be heartless, gutless cowards. You are watching the massacre of thousands of Palestinians by Israel, and you are not condemning Israel. You refuse to call for an immediate ceasefire. Well, we are not going to sit here and watch you pat yourselves on the back for doing nothing. Weasel words are not going to stop war crimes. Today, we bring the people's protest into Parliament. Free, free Palestine!
Thank you, Senator Faruqi. Minister Farrell, that was a statement, so... Order, order. Senator Hanson. Order. Order. Senator Sheldon. Did you want to respond, Minister?
Let's bring in our panel now, Kerry Chigorovsky and Bruce Hawker. Kerry, what do you make of the Greens' protest there?
Well, it's one way of getting some attention to the issue, which they feel very strongly about. I don't agree with their attitude or their way in which they're trying to characterise Israel. I think that's incredibly unfair, and it's also very, shocking, because we actually need them to be complaining and protesting about the actions of Hamas as much as they may want to complain about the actions of Israel. So I think it's pretty poor form in many ways. I think it got the desired result, though, Kieran, because you're actually showing it on your program now. I suspect it will be shown on every television channel later on tonight. It'll make all the news. Does it have any impact on what the government will do or what the coalition will do? Probably not. But I do think it's probably incumbent upon the Greens to actually be as strong in their condemnation of Hamas as they have been in their condemnation of Israel.
Yeah, it's a fair call. Bruce, Senator Faruqi, in the immediate aftermath of the atrocity perpetrated by the terrorists in southern Israel, the terrorist group Hamas, Senator Faruqi put a post on social media suggesting it was a disgrace that the Parliament illuminates in the colours of Israel in solidarity to the lives lost. That was before any of these actions by Israel subsequently. I think Kerry's on the money, isn't she, Bruce?
Well, yes. Well, obviously, the Senator and the Greens have got a very strong position in support of Israel. In support of the Palestinians. And that's, in a sense, fair enough when you're talking about innocents who have been caught up in the incursion into Gaza and have lost their lives and been maimed and so forth. But you have to balance that against the horrors of Hamas and what they did in the opening days of this conflict, and that was just beyond belief. I think Ed Husic, the Labor frontbencher, who is also Muslim, set the right balance when he made comments where he deplored the actions of Hamas, but then went on to say that it was important that Palestinians caught up in the horrors of a war should not be collectively blamed for what one fanatical group within the Gaza Strip had done to innocents in Israel. I think that sort of measured response is what's required now, rather than jumping onto one bandwagon or the other. There are some terrible things happening right now. We all see it on the evening news in Gaza, and that's what happens when we have wars and innocents get caught up in it. That doesn't mean that either side is all right or all wrong. It means that we have to do everything we can to try to get those non-combatants out of that area and for there to be enough quiet in that battle that's going on at the moment for people to be able to move to safer areas.